Hello, my name is Jane Nola and I'm the Program Director of the Law Program at the University of South Australia. I've been involved in law for 30 years now. I started off practicing law. I worked in a large commercial law firm and then I went and worked at the Crown Solicitor's Office. And then I went into the academy, Law Academe, and I've been teaching law here at UniSA for 10 years. I really think that law is one of society's greatest intellectual achievements. Law goes back almost 1,000 years. We look to the law for fairness and justice, and we really believe in the rule of law as guaranteeing equal treatment. And the law belongs to all of us. It's not just the preserve of lawyers, it's vital for all of us. The law program is delivered over 4 years at the City West campus, and students can study either full-time or part-time, so there's quite a lot of flexibility built into the degree. Or you can combine a law degree with a degree from another discipline. So you could do a law degree combined with an arts degree or with commerce. And in fact, some of our most popular combined degrees are law and psychology and law and journalism. If you do a combined degree, it takes 5 years, but you emerge with 2 separate degrees. We also have a Bachelor of Business, Legal Studies. That's a 3-year degree, and that comprises a mix of law subjects and commerce subjects. And we also have the Bachelor of Criminal Justice. That's an entirely online degree which you undertake through UniSA Online. The 3 key features of our law program are, first, that you'll become part of a tight-knit community and our students actually get to know each other and get to know the staff, and they build up a valuable network. We also integrate practical legal skills and legal doctrine. So for instance, if a student is studying corporations law, they'll end up writing a letter of advice to a client. Or if they're studying constitutional law, they will take part in a mock court case called a moot. So the integration of practical skills and legal doctrine is a really important part of our program. We also have in the final year capstone courses that our students do. Students participate in a legal advice clinic where, under the supervision of solicitors, students will consult with members of the public and give them advice about legal problems that they have. And this really gives them an edge, because when students go out into legal practice, they have already met people and actually performed a lot of the tasks that would be expected of them in legal practice. Students can also participate in a legal professional placement where they will go out to a private law firm or a government department, and they will undertake work which is integrated with on-campus learning and reflection. We receive a lot of questions from students about our law programs, so let me answer some of them now. There are 2 principal roles in the legal profession. You can either be a barrister or a solicitor. A barrister is a person who essentially argues a client's case in court, in the Supreme Court before judges. So we say that barristers are involved in oral advocacy and they also give written opinions about points of law. Solicitors are more the background figures, if you like. They engage in giving legal advice, expert legal advice, solving people's problems. And those problems range from anything: drawing up a will, advising people on the consequences of a car crash, how to purchase property, how to enter into a contract. So the work of a solicitor is infinitely varied and interesting. Career prospects in the legal profession are many and varied. So traditionally, law graduates would become either solicitors or barristers in the legal profession, and they would work in law offices, whether in private law firms or at the Crown, in the Crown Solicitor's Office, or working for the Director of Public Prosecutions. Equally, some people choose to go and work at Legal Aid, the Legal Services Commission, or they work in community legal centres. Others choose the corporate way of life and they become in-house lawyers for large companies. But law, like all other professions, is being disrupted by technology, and many new and exciting possibilities are opening up for law graduates. There's the advent of online dispute resolution and artificial intelligence. And the combination of law and technology is going to play a really important role in the future and be vital in determining the kinds of jobs that are available for law graduates. There are so many opportunities available for law graduates, not just in the legal profession, but in any employment context. The skills that law graduates acquire are skills of advocacy, reasoning, persuasion, negotiation, analysis, research. These are generic skills that of course are vital in the legal profession, but are equally important in other jobs. So, law graduates can go on to work as policy advisors in government. They can become speechwriters for vice-chancellors of universities. They can work as journalists. They can work in not-for-profit sector like charities. They can work for non-government organizations. There is a wealth of opportunity available for any law graduate. One of the important facilities that we have for students is the moot court, a purpose-built court in the law building, and we also have a practice moot court in the Geoffrey Smart building. Mooting is a hypothetical court case in which the students take the role of the barristers and they argue a case before a judge. Students not only undertake mooting activities in the formal law courses like constitutional and administrative law, but they also practice with their peers in student-led mooting competitions, and they practice those mooting competitions both in-house and Australia-wide at national student law conventions. Practicing mooting develops students' advocacy skills, and this certainly prepares them for any future career that they'll embark on. If you study law at UniSA, you'll become part of a tight-knit community where everybody knows each other, whereas there's a tremendous sense of camaraderie and collegiality. The facilities are excellent. Not only do we have purpose-built facilities like the moot court, but the Geoffrey Smart building has a dedicated floor for law students with quiet study places and access to extraordinary databases. And students are very well instructed in becoming excellent researchers, a skill that will stand them in very good stead. And our program also has a number of legal practitioners who come in and lecture to the students and give them the benefit of their expertise. If you have any further questions about our law programs or about studying at UniSA, you can contact us, and we look forward to seeing you on campus.